Well, you might want to get your holy water and some water real quick, gang, because they're talking about the Antichrist. They're talking about Dajjal, not the Undertaker, Dajjal, the Antichrist. And listen, fellas, whenever he comes, we gotta tag team and we gotta beat that sucker's ass, okay? Like, oh and God, bro, we gotta beat that sucker's ass. They're also talking about the, zombie DLC. They're talking about the Aliens DLC. You don't have to like the video, you do not have to subscribe. Let's actually get on with it, man, because they say physicists suggest possible alien spaceship could be generating its own light and is nuclear powered. I'm sick and tired of paying the taxes. I'm just sick of it, man. Just bring it on. Just bring it on. Zombie DLC, Aliens DLC. Yeah, what is going on? First of all, check this. Roll it. Euphrates River is showing signs. Shout out to the homie Halal Times. They uploaded this, and also the homie Blackwoods. So yeah, shout out to the homie Blackwoods. Check this.
Here is one of the footage of what people have been finding as the river starts getting dry.
Yeah, it's gold, huh?
Now, as you can take a look at this, this is a Syrian who's actually trying to farm gold in Raqqa, which is located in the Euphrates River, and they've been finding stones and tiny particles of gold all over the place. Now, we also have another footage right here. Take a look at this.
Yeah, that's considered one of the signs of the end times, right? But here's the thing, how do we know it's real though? Because if it's real, bruh, like, Sega's gonna be beefing. Like, people gonna be people, let's be real. People gonna start beefing. What are the odds it's real? I mean, like, how do we know it's real?
So he just starts clearing out the mud, and people are just gathering up together in order to go ahead and farm this free gold that's all over Euphrates River. And look at that stuff. There are massive shards, like massive shards of gold. That's
it's like nuggets, man. Shards would be bad,
found in all of this place. And this is actually happening right now in Euphrates River. And people are getting free money out of nowhere.
Hey man, how do we know it's real? Can a brother get like 2 kilos off it? I can like check it out, like, you know, we can verify the legitimacy of it, because I don't think it's real. So yeah, let me have it and I can verify and let you guys know if it's real or not, bro.
So it seems like they also have mixed up stones with like the gold shards. So there are some very tiny particles of gold that's available in here. But yeah, the good part is it's actually free, that everyone's getting it.
Yeah. Free, huh?
Oh, look at that. That's pure gold. Now, although this thing...
But how do we know it's pure gold, bro? Like, come on, tell me, how do we know it's pure gold? But no, it's... I get it, like, that's the video we're getting, but how do we know it's real?
Might actually sound very good, but there is something seriously wrong with the Euphrates River right now. Because I did some research about this whole stuff, and I actually found out that these things are actually related to some of the religious scriptures. Now, although the Bible actually talks about Euphrates River completely drying up, there is something very interesting about the Islamic scriptures, which is the Quran, which basically states that during the times when the Euphrates River is going to be drying up, which is supposed to be like the end times, that's when the Muslims Prophet Muhammad, he basically warned his people not to go ahead and farm this free gold that's going to be appearing in Euphrates as the river starts drying up. Now, this whole thing was already foretold 1,500 years ago. Now, a lot of people are really shocked that they're getting free gold from Euphrates River, and some of the guys who lived by the Islamic faith, they're actually happy that because we're finally entering the final days, and as the river gets dry, they now see...
I guess, like, we're really in a timeline that people are just sick and tired, right? Like, everybody's like, everywhere I'm seeing, like, people, I read the comments, right? Everybody's like, yeah, bro, bring it in, bring it on. You know, I covered this man's video too, right, where there was the topic of aliens and all that, and he was like, bro, I'm sick and tired. Bring on the ship, bring on the alien ship. People are sick and tired of paying taxes. I'm one of those fellas, bro. Like, I'm in Canada and the taxes here are severe, bro. I ended up paying some taxes, not some, I ended up paying like 50%, and now they're asking for another 50%. They're saying installment payments, do it for the next year, because like I'm self-employed. Normally, like, if you work somewhere, they will cut your checks, right? Your salary would be cut, so you, whatever money that you're gonna get, it's gonna be after taxes. But then, you know, when the year ends, you still gotta report it, and they're still gonna come and get some of your tax money regardless. So people are sick and tired of it, man. Like, damn.
The gold is appearing out of nowhere, just like the prophet said. And I started to go ahead and take a look on whether or not if this is mentioned in the scriptures of the Bible. But unfortunately, it seems like the Bible does does not talk anything specifically about finding gold in the Euphrates River. But however, the scripture actually mentions
But it talks
the
about drying
Euphrates
up, right?
River during the end times is going to be drying
Drying
up. Now,
up,
if you take a look at the reduction rate of Euphrates River in the year 2021, the river was absolutely...
So in Islam, it's gonna be drying up too. In Christianity, in the Bible, it's gonna be drying up as well. Yeah, and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that, yeah, don't gold, when people start to find out gold from it, it's gonna be one of the signs. And I guess that's what's going on right now, mate. And check this one out.
Well, something really unexpected just happened in Jerusalem a few days ago. The red heifers, which are supposed to be sacrificed in order for the Jews to bring back their Messiah, the whole sacrificial ceremony is now being canceled because all that red heifers that they had in Jerusalem for all these years turned out to be impure just a few days ago. Now, unfortunately, this tends to be a bad news for all the Jews out there because they were really expecting that after they sacrificed these red heifers and build the third Solomon temple, they might finally bring out their Messiah. But just a couple days ago, reports have just come in from Jerusalem that all the red heifers that they had, including the ones that were flown from one of the Christian farmers in Texas, all of those red heifers were also disqualified just because there was just too...
Disqualified? How? How disqualified? What? You cannot disqualify a cow, man. Damn. Oh, okay, I mean, religious-wise, right? I guess they're saying disqualified.
Two different colored hair were also disqualified just because there was just two different colored hair that was just found on all of these red heifers, which now officially means that they are not completely pure. Now, before we go into the full details of what's really going on, why are these red heifers even important? Now, the most important part is, for those of you guys who don't know what's going on, well, the Jews basically believe that if they sacrifice these red cows and use their ashes in order to cleanse their tools in which they're going to be building the third Solomon temple, which many believe that it's going to be in the same location as Al-Aqsa Mosque. But also there's another belief that there is another location that is right next to the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is where they could be possibly building the third Solomon temple. Now, according to the Jews, and also what it says in the scriptures of the Bible, it seems like once the third Solomon temple is built, that's where the Jews' Messiah is going to be showing up in the sky. And for Christians, they believe that it is going to be the second coming of Jesus. Now, in order to build the third Solomon...
Yeah, so it's getting pretty wild out here, man. Damn. But again, though, guys, like anybody that says that we're in the end times, or you know what, like you know, that I guess you can say like we're in the season, but if anybody says that, yeah, that's the date, you know, that's the year where it's all gonna end, I mean, run. Run, because if you're religious, like, you know that nobody can predict the end times, right? I guess you can predict the season, but the season doesn't mean that it's gonna end on that specific date or that specific year, because like I've been always saying, 2012 was supposed to be the when the ship was supposed to go down, right? When the ship was supposed to sink, but it did not. Thankfully, it did not. So I guess we're in the season based off of the stuff that's coming out and the signs that we're seeing. But I mean, yeah, the season could be like 2 years long, 10 years long, 100 years long, thousands of years long. Yeah, nobody can say, but check this out. So we now have the zombie DLC coming in, and real quick before I forget, I gotta shout out Miss Pixie and Sun Gazing for the $10. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, liking the videos, subscribing and all that, and dropping the super thanks and the tips. You guys the best, man. You guys the best, man. I really appreciate it. Let's get back to the content here, boo boo. So check this out.
This is bad. Why are animals all around us turning into zombies? It's not just bunnies anymore, but we'll get to it. This guy recorded one of those zombie Frankenstein bunnies in South Dakota, and just now we find out that something odd is happening with the squirrels too, and they're saying that it's a virus. We'll get to the scariest scenario in just 1 minute, but completely 1000% unrelated. Can frequency cause mold growth? Can. Now back to our animal. Does this not look like mold growth to y'all? Does this not look like mold growth to y'all? It looks like mold.
Has any of you actually seen that in person? Because yeah, we're seeing the videos, we're seeing, and this has been ongoing for like, I believe a week or two at this point, or maybe longer. Yeah, I heard the news, but this is my first time actually covering it, because now it's apparently spreading to the squirrels as well. Yo, that's crazy.
Fungus. You can see that really clear right here behind his ears. Let me stop right here and say, I'm not a doctor. Of course, they're right, and it's a virus. And then now all of a sudden we have these squirrels acting up, having a very weird coat of blisters and other kinds of sores on them. Coincidentally, the same exact time. 1000% unrelated, again, not related whatsoever. I just want...
Yeah, man. I mean, hopefully, bro, like, my digital dog looking like this right now, man. Alarm bells are going off. Yeah, man. Make sure you keep your dogs inside, guys. Put your dogs on a put your puppers on a leash, and don't let your dogs out, guys. That's all I gotta say, bro.
I'll show you something cool. Check out this crazy weather radar in this one. And unrelated again, check out this crazy one that got sent to me that was in Arkansas. That's wild, isn't it? I really wonder what that could be.
Yeah.
That's the subject. These zombie animals are being seen everywhere, but largely, as you can see, in the Midwest. When something like this presents itself and starts multiplying between different species, we need to look at the environment that they're...
No, 100%. And there's also the zombie deer thing too, right? So first we had the zombie deer, and now we got the squirrels, or I should say we had the rabbits, and we now have the squirrels as well. It's suspect, fellas. It is suspect, man.
They're in. The scary part, if this can happen to them, what would whatever it is do to us? You want to know what's wild? Remember the GOV having a literal zombie training course, like what to do about zombies, and even...
Yeah, like even CIA has documents on zombie apocalypse, right, and all that. Like, what if we have a zombie apocalypse? What should we do and all that? So they got like tons of documents on that. So I guess we're prepared in that way, but let's be real, right? Like we've all seen The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, and all that. I don't know about that one, man. But now the documents, from what I remember this vividly. I remember watching a video on it like a long time ago. So just purely talking from memory, and memory cannot be 100% trusted, because I mean, I'm just trying to lay the wood down for you guys. Pause. But yeah, no, I heard that CIA got the documents on it, and basically they believe if this ever goes down, it's gonna fail, which is apparently is good, right? Let's be real, because if we ever have a zombie apocalypse, this, that, the other, we believe based off of the data and based off of our technology, it's not gonna last, okay? And that's good to know. That is really good to know, man. But of course, things can be worse, or things may not be. This might be just, you know, just a bunny and squirrel, and I hope it stays like that, but...
Said on the zombie thing that it's not a game, it's a real life thing. Wild.
I've been kind of watching this one from the sidelines for several weeks now. I haven't really said anything about it because who the heck knows what's causing this? But I'm starting to see these pictures popping up everywhere. This looks like it's about to turn into a huge problem. And I know that we can't get every disease or disorder that animals get, but some of this stuff does eventually mutate and jump over to humans. And it could be my conspiracy brain taking things way too far, but I just can't imagine how, since the dawn of creation, this has never been documented as far as I know.
Okay, you know what? I gotta say, he got a point on that one. He does have a point. Ever since the dawn of the day, you know, like, oh, we never really heard crap like that, right? Okay, now I gotta give it to him on that one, but let's hope for the best. Or are you guys like, okay, man, just bring it on, man. Just bring on the Alien DLC. Or what are we thinking right now? What we're thinking? Bring in the Antichrist, bring in the Dajjal, bring in the zombie DLC, bring in them aliens. Yeah, like what we thinking?
And suddenly, we're seeing this all over the place. This looks like these animals have either come into contact with something man-made that's not agreeing with them, or they've been intentionally affected with something that's causing this. Again, I could be way off base here. There would be no better way to get people to stop hunting for their own food than to make all of the animals look disgustingly disease-ridden. Someone needs to figure this one out quick.
So this is shocking.
It's going to be for entertainment purposes only.
That our phones are doing that we had no idea it was doing, and it's doing as we speak, literally as I'm recording this video. It is doing it. Yours is doing it too. It is shocking. Optogenetics. Do you know what this is?
No.
It's a biological technique.
It's a biological technique. Okay, he's gonna read it.
To control the activity of neurons or other cell types with light.
Phone every few seconds is literally taking packet data of information from your camera in the front and your camera from the back.
Now watch this. So this guy has a special camera that can film. It's a night vision camera, and this woman's on her phone. This is the name of the camera.
I did some research for you, and I found a video of a scientist explaining optogenetics and exactly how it works in the brain neurologically.
Cells called neurons that are built into very dense intermesh networks that communicate. Each of these neurons computes using electricity. This cycle implements behavior and thought and emotion, all these different kinds of things. We also think that deficits in these electrical computations underlie many brain disorders that affect over 1 billion people around the world. In optogenetics, what we're doing is we're putting molecules that convert light into electricity into neurons, the cells of the brain. Then when we shine light on those neurons, light gets converted to electricity and allows us to turn on or off those cells.
And it's not just random, it's actually very specifically controlled input.
These molecules can convert light to electricity, and they do it just in the neurons that we want to control. And for example, if we can turn on a set of cells, we can figure out what kinds of behaviors can it initiate. If we can turn off a...
So in simple English, we're all donezo? Is that what you're trying to say? I mean, let's be real. You gotta, in this day and age, nobody's gonna be the professor from Money Heist, right? Nobody's gonna really have those flip-flop phones. I mean, some probably do still have it, but if they have it, they're probably not watching this video. So point is, if you're watching this video, we're all done, bro. We're all done because, yeah, you probably have the smartphones, the smart TVs and all that, and those smartphones and smart TVs, man. Yeah, people talk about privacy. I need my privacy. I need my privacy. I need free speech, this and that. But the second you have like smartphones, yo, say bye to your privacy. Say bye to free speech. I mean, and the thing with free speech is that, yeah, we all want free speech till we hear something about us that we don't like, and all of a sudden you no longer want free speech, right? We've seen that with politicians. Politicians would be saying, hey, free speech, free speech, free speech, but when the public turns on that said politician would advocate for the complete opposite of free speech. So it's just yeah, it's just that, man.
Set of cells, then we can delete it momentarily and figure out what is necessary for it.
Putting molecules that convert light into electricity into the neurons, the cell of the brain. And then they can turn off and on these cells, and they're apparently mapping out which different grouping of cells controls different behaviors. Wow. The more I learn about these scientific experiments to control and manipulate people's minds, the more I'm shocked that literally any of us have the ability to even think for ourselves anymore. And wouldn't you know it, they're using the phone that everyone's got in their pocket to run.
Maybe that explains why people nowadays are like really short-tempered and really jumpy, you know what I'm saying? Especially here in the West, right? In the East, it's kind of different, but of course they're catching up too, right? So people have like very short attention spans, very short-tempered, get mad very easily. Yeah, right? We've all seen that. We've all seen that. We're all noticing that, right? And Project Blue Balls, Project Blue Beam, right? Also, I guess this is one of the pillar of Project Blue Beam as well.
This stuff. I thought they were just scanning our faces and selling the information. I bet once they get this fully figured out, they're going to be selling functionality packets to companies to use for advertising. Just imagine if they were trying to sell a product through an ad on Facebook, and they could activate the cells in someone's brain to make them think they're absolutely in love with this product they're selling. And you know this is only going to be used for unethical purposes. No one practices mind control because they want to use it to help further humanity.
Bill Gates claimed
Yeah, let's be real, right? Example, if you're a teenager, okay, you got your high school crush and you got this mind control technology. Even if she hates you, you're gonna try your absolute best to mind control her to fall in love with you, right? So it's just, I mean, smaller example, but extrapolate that further. These companies, what do they want? Money. How do they view they view people, you and I and everybody, as dollar signs. So how do they make that money? Okay, you know what, get your data, okay, see what you like, what you hate, your desires, your flaws, the things that you fear and all that, get that, but then also try shit like that. So yeah, man, scary times. I mean, strange times, scary times, interesting times as well.
Devices are all going to be replaced by these electronic tattoos.
Getting a tattoo can actually save your life. And not only you can take this tattoo on your skin, but also on your organs. And they are
replaced by these electronic tattoos.
Getting a tattoo can actually save your life. And not only you can take this tattoo on your skin, but also on your organs. And they are ideal for monitoring our health, including muscle activity, heart diagnostics, blood pressure, skin temperature, and much more.
I mean, to a certain degree, it's good because you can monitor your health and all that, but I guess we better get to the catch.
2013, former DARPA director Regina Dugan went on stage and casually showed off an electronic tattoo.
And it has an antenna and some sensors embedded in it.
No passwords, no fobs, just a signal pulsing beneath your skin.
Tattoo that could be used for authentication.
But when the key is your body, what happens when the lock changes? They don't need to convince you. They just need to program the next generation.
10 to 20-year-olds don't want to wear a watch on their wrist, but you can be sure that...
I mean, like, okay, a watch is different, where if you wear a watch and you can, you know, I guess examine your blood pressure and all that, that's kind of different. But even then, I mean, you know, we know it's not just doing that alone. It's more than that, right? But this is like this is 10 steps further, where you gotta tattoo and get that shit in your arm. I mean, nah, bruh, get out of here, man.
That they'll be far more interested in wearing an electronic tattoo, if only to piss off their parents.
First, they'll brand your skin, then they'll rewire your biology.
So I take a vitamin every morning. What if I could take vitamin authentication? It means that my arms are like wires, my hands are like alligator clips. When I touch my phone, my computer, my door, my car, I'm authenticated.
Alligator clips, she needs to be sent to alligator Alcatraz. Just jokes, man, just jokes. Not literally, allegedly.
Like alligator clips, when I touch my phone, my computer, my door, my car, I'm authenticated. What this means is that becomes my first superpower. I really want this superpower.
They'll sell you your own enslavement, one upgrade at a time.
So yeah.
Yes. Hearing her talk there about how they plan to convince the next generation to comply with this, that they plan to just take advantage of their rebelliousness towards their parents, that gives me some mixed feelings. For one, it scares the crap out of me to think about all of the methods for control that are going to be utilized against my own children. But at the same time, it kind of gives me a little bit of peace of mind, because it sounds like they're already assuming that people my age are not going to comply. So maybe I'll get lucky and they won't even try to push this on people my age. I need to make a compilation video of...
Yeah, right. It's for the next generation, because let's be real, right? If you're above the age of 25, it's scientifically proven, like, after 25, you're kind of like hard-headed, right? Like, you're gonna stick with your beliefs unless you get hit with trauma. That's when you're gonna change for either worse or for better, right? But yeah, you can manipulate the kids, but you cannot manipulate... I mean, you can manipulate, of course, but I mean, it's hard to manipulate somebody that's above the age of 25, you know? Then it requires trauma and all that crap. But did you see this video, though? Yeah, man, they're talking about them aliens. They're talking about them UFOs, and we got Bigfoot, we got Skinwalker, and a whole lot of clips like that in this one. Check it out, and I'll see you right there.